Okay, so the second problem I had a few different parts, and they were all pretty simple. It was 4.18. The first question states that a flea has a mass of 210 micrograms. How many newtons is that? And this one I really like because it's just a simple unit conversion problem. So we have that our flea is 210 micrograms. And so we know that 1 microgram is the same as 1 times 10 to the negative 6 grams. And we want to use grams because that has a really nice and easy conversion factor to newtons, which is what we're looking for. So we know that 1 gram is equal to 0.0098 newtons. And then so you can just take these, that cancels out your micrograms, cancels out your grams, and you're left with newtons, which is what we want. So we just multiply these top numbers all together, and that gives us that your weight of the average flea is 2.06 times 10 to the negative 6 newtons. And then the second part is that a frog hopper is 12.3 milligrams. How many newtons? So for that one, we just take the same conversions here. We just plug in our new numbers. So we have that the frog hopper, well, we use the same method of conversions. There's different units here. So we have our frog hopper is 12.3 milligrams. And then we know that there are 1,000 milligrams in 1 gram. And then we can keep this conversion here, 1 gram to 0.0098 newtons. And then once again, milligrams cancels out milligrams, grams cancels out grams. We're left with newtons, which is what we want. And then we go ahead and multiply all those straight across. And we get that a frog hopper weighs approximately 1.2, where is it? Times 10 to the negative 4th newtons. Alright, awesome. And then the last part, there's actually 2 different ways to do this. One is following the unit conversions, which I personally prefer, but then the second part is using Newton's laws again, and that one might be a little bit easier just because there's less unit conversions you have to remember, different relationships. So I'll just go ahead and show you how to do we'll say the more Newton-y way, and then I'll show you the unit conversion method afterwards. So, the third question says that a cat weighs 45 newtons. How many pounds is that, and how many kilograms is that? So, first of all, we know that mass is equal to your weight divided by gravity. So, we're given... well, we're looking for the mass because we're given its weight, that it's 45 newtons, and we know what the acceleration of gravity is. So we can just plug that in right away. We know that we have 45 newtons divided by 9.8 meters per second squared. So then when you divide that through, you get that it's 4.6 Newton second squares over meters, which is kilograms. And then there's a nice little conversion factor from kilograms to pounds, that 1 kilogram is about 2.2 pounds. So you just multiply that through, and that'll give you 10.1 pounds. So there you have it right there. And then the way that I prefer, that I think is a little bit simpler than going through there, but you can kind of make up your own mind about that, is just doing our little unit conversion, because you can solve both of them all in one single step, and I think it's really great. So we start out with our 45 newtons. That's our one given in the problem. And then we know from earlier that 1 gram is 0.0098 newtons. And then we know that there is 1,000 grams and 1 kilogram. Oh look, we already have one of the answers to our an answer to one of our problem right there. And then we know from before that 1 kilogram is 2.2 pounds. So then to get both of our answers, we just take the unit conversion to this point here. That'll give us our 4.6 kilograms. And then to get the answer to our second part, we just plug in the pound conversion, which gives us our 10.1 pounds. So I think this way is a lot simpler, just doing the straight across unit conversion. But again, you guys can kind of, decide which way you want to do it. And there's the, what was that? 4.18.